Imagine this, your father is in the hospital after a sudden stroke. You're scrambling to find his financial documents, not sure who has legal power to make decisions, and you realize no one ever had the talk about his estate plans. It's a nightmare scenario, and unfortunately, it's all too common when families avoid those tough conversations. I'm Tom Noelke, realtor here in Orlando, Florida. Over the years, I've worked with so many families dealing with aging parents, inheritance issues, and estate decisions. And one thing I can tell you is this: having that estate planning talk before a crisis is one of the most loving gifts you can give your family. Today, I'm going to help you with a framework to have the talk with your parents about estate planning, covering wills, powers of attorney, and all those hard topics in a way that's calm, respectful, and actually gets results. I know it feels awkward to bring it up. Stay with me, because later in this video, I will share the best icebreaker question to start this conversation without feeling pushy. And I'll also warn you about the number one mistake to avoid, something that can accidentally put your parents on the defensive. Trust me, you'll want to hear that. First things first, why is this conversation so important, and why now? Simply put, tomorrow isn't promised. If you wait for a crisis to start this discussion, decisions might be out of your hands and your parents' wishes might not be followed. Having the talk now, while they're healthy, ensures their wishes are known and respected. It also spares you and your siblings from a scavenger hunt for documents or painful disagreements down the line. So how do you even start? The key is approach and mindset. You're coming to this conversation as a caring son or daughter, not as someone after their money or trying to take control. In fact, I often tell my clients to lead with love and concern. For example, Mom, I want to make sure your wishes are honored in the future. Can we talk sometime about what plans you have or might need to put in place? Emphasize that it's about their peace of mind. In a minute, I'll give you a powerful question you can ask that helps your parents open up about this topic, a question that shifts the focus to what they care about most. So stick around. Timing is key. Pick a calm, private moment, not a holiday gathering or a rushed moment. You might even give a gentle heads up so that they don't feel ambushed. If you have siblings, talk to them first so everyone is on the same page. It's often best for one of you to lead the conversation while the others show support, rather than everyone talking at once. When you actually start talking, lead with empathy. You might say, I know this isn't easy to talk about, but I want to make sure your wishes are honored and everything is handled in the way you would want. Ensure them this is about taking care about them and their wishes, not about money or taking control. One good strategy is to ask open-ended questions. For example, what are your thoughts on how you'd want things handled in the future? This invites them to share rather than feeling like they're being interrogated. It gets a dialogue going. If they resist or say, I know I should, but it's hard to think about, reassure them gently. Try, I understand, it's not fun to think about, but doing this ensures you stay in control of what happens. Otherwise, strangers or the courts might end up making decisions for us. Emphasize that planning gives peace of mind. Coming up, I'm going to run through a quick checklist of key topics you should cover in this conversation, including one crucial item that a lot of families forget until it's too late. Stay tuned, because if you miss this one thing, it can cause big problems. Actually, let's get practical. What should you cover during the talk? Do they have an up-to-date will? If not, encourage them to create one so their wishes are clear. If yes, know where it's kept, and that is it's current. The power of attorney. Who would handle financial matters if they couldn't? A durable power of attorney designates someone to pay the bills, manage the accounts, and handle businesses on their behalf if needed. Healthcare directives. Do they have a healthcare proxy, which is a medical power of attorney, and a living will? This covers who makes medical decisions if they're unable, and what their wishes are for treatment in serious situations. Beneficiary designation. Are the beneficiaries on the life estate, retirement accounts, and etc. up to date? These designations override a will. They should reflect current wishes. Key document locations. Make sure you know where important documents are kept, like wills, insurance policies, deeds, titles, and passwords. You don't need to see them now, just know how to find them later. Those are the 5 core areas. Let's quickly recap them for clarity. Make sure they have a will and know where it is. Set up a power of attorney for finances and healthcare. Establish healthcare directives, living will, or medical wishes. Check and update beneficiaries on accounts, and know the location of key documents and information. You don't need to cover everything in one sitting. It may take a few chats over time, and that's okay. The important thing is you've opened a door. Also, remember to listen as much as you talk. Let your parents share their thoughts and feelings without interrupting. If your mom says, "I just don't want any family fights," acknowledge that. Absolutely, we all want to keep the peace and honor your wishes. Thank them for being open with you. Showing you respect their feelings will build trust. Now, one of my favorite questions to really open up this dialogue is, what matters most to you when it comes to how things are handled in the future? This question lets your parents express their value of concern. They might say, "I don't want you kids to argue," or "I want to stay in my house as long as possible." Whatever they share, it gives you a guidepost. You can then say, "Okay, let's make sure we plan for that." It keeps the focus on their priorities. Let's quickly touch on a big no-no. Don't turn this into a lecture or an interrogation. Avoid coming across as if they're just worried about money or pushing them into something. Even joking like, "Hey, what am I inheriting?" is off limits. That breaks trust. Keep the conversation collaborative. It's about them, not about you. Finally, after you've had the talk, make sure you follow through. If action items came up, say your dad agreed it's time to write a will or update a probate, a power of attorney, help them take the next steps. That might mean finding a good estate planning attorney or gathering paperwork. Check in occasionally without nagging to see if they need help finishing up those plans. The goal is to turn that conversation into a real peace of mind by actually putting plans in place. I went through this with my own family, and I won't lie, it was hard to start, but once we did it, we all felt a huge relief. My parents were happier knowing everything was organized, and us kids felt better knowing we could carry out their wishes. The peace of mind is priceless. Before we wrap up, I want to equip you with something special, Tom's Estate Rescue Kit. It's a free resource I put together with conversation starters, planning checklist, and tips to keep your family on track at any stage. The download link is below, or scan the QR code so you feel free to grab your copy. If this video helps you, please give it a thumbs up so more people can find these tips, and subscribe for more guides on navigating family estate planning and real estate challenges. And if you have a friend or sibling who's been putting off this conversation, share this video with them. It might ease their mind. Remember, the hardest conversations are the most important ones. Here's to tackling them with love, empathy, and confidence. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care of yourself and your family.